Well, hello there, my friends. Chris Marcus here with you for Arcadia Economics. Just going to be a quick one. I'm on the cell phone today to let you know that inflation rises 7.5% over the past year, even more than expected. So that's even more than Jeff Curry, who says we're running out of every molecule. He didn't comment on whether we're running out of silver molecules too, but inflation rises 7.5% over the past year. Truckers remain shutting down Canada. And by the way, I'm a little biased here, but I personally think you might want to hit the subscribe button and notification bell because there's some things that have been going on in Canada that are going to affect this whole situation. Looks like their supply chain is shut down a little bit more. Of course, CNBC is not really covering that. I have video of up in Canada where the mainstream media actually went out of their way to avoid reporting anything that was actually happening. So like Wide Winger says, go truckers. I've never been more confident myself. I can't guarantee this, but at least my own internal, that these governments are closer than ever to getting popped and sent back to hell where they belong for eternity. So I know it's tough to watch this stuff day to day sometimes, but again, you can see what's happening. Now look under there, NASDAQ futures fall as yields spike. Now here's another thing, they never really put this up front, but the bond market getting absolutely destroyed. Let's see, well, the 10-year yield jumps above 1.98%. I mean, keep in mind, this is coming from 0% interest rates, so there's quite a ways to go, but 0.95% return. So the guys who had been getting a 195 or 193% return, now their bonds are worth a lot less than the newer market rate. So, other words, that means that the U.S. Treasury is getting destroyed. And when you have moves like that, that's when people are losing a lot of money. I know it doesn't seem like as much, and when you have stock market go down 10% or something, then that catches everybody's attention. But similar to what you saw in The Big Short, where things happen in the credit market first, there's a reason Facebook went down 25% last week. Keep in mind, it went down 5% the day after that as well. So on one hand, it's a truly disgusting display of government around the globe, how fraudulent, how criminal they are. On the other hand, it's never been closer to breaking. I hear people suggesting that when Trudeau goes, a lot of these guys go, and I can't wait. That's why I will be releasing a video showing and putting into true perspective what Justin Trudeau has actually been doing. We've already put into perspective the truly fraudulent, disgusting piece of shit that Ralston Benham is, who had the audacity to say he was doing a silver report. Then we see silver get beat up on a 7.5% inflation report. I think that's a little over the Jerome's front-running Jerome's 2% target. Rosty? But he doesn't notice anything wrong with this chart. This is exactly what Andrew Maguire described to the CFTC in that letter he sent them back in 2010, which is still on the internet. I'm not going to pull it up again today. It's fraud. We know it's fraud. At least the good part is that once you recognize it for what it is, then you can make actions. And I will leave the actions up to each person to decide what is right for them, but just explaining what is happening, because while these governors continue to lie to your face, things aren't getting better. Because right now, the trucks in Canada aren't moving, and people around the globe, at least the ones with honor and integrity who aren't hooked on this useless whore propaganda media that they call CNBC. People are finding out, and that's really all that matters. Yeah, I guess it'll take a few more people in the world to recognize before this thing topples over, but anyway, I apologize for getting a little riled up there. It's been getting tough handling some of this stuff on a day-to-day basis, although there you see the NASDAQ down 200 points, which I have puts on, and not financial advice, but I have puts on a lot of these junk NASDAQ stocks. Hopefully Disney will still be up. Let's take a quick look at this. Again, I'm not telling you this is what you should do, but if Disney, is still up 7%, when this baby opens after being up 3.33% yesterday, well, you can guess which part of the option board I will be looking at. And actually, maybe here's another one I noticed. Twitter, which missed like everything possible in their earnings call today, was up quite a bit. I don't remember what their symbol is, but you know, you see Jeff Curry and his cult loser friends doing what Jeff Curry and cult loser banking friends do. Unfortunately, I love you Arcadians, because we'll keep peaceful, as challenging as that is some days, and just expose these guys with their own fraud. Hey, Joe Biden, how come your buddy Jerome missed this one? Oh, was he busy front-running the policy with his other Goldman Sachs friends? Joe Biden, I'd run if I were you, pal. Not looking good. A lot of angry people. Again, to be clear, I am incredibly frustrated. But I will remain peaceful and pray that everybody else does. Fortunately, because these guys, I hope they're okay. I want to see these people answer questions for what they have done. Now as people are paying, and this is with their change in the inflation formula, 7.5%. That's not even a true fraction of how hard these people are making life for others. While they walk around without their masks, while they claim to have COVID when they're triple vaccinated, and while the evidence of what's actually in those vaccines that Anthony Fauci knew about, that Pfizer knew about, that the people who are still putting a gun to your head or saying you're going to lose your job if you don't take it knew about it. So that's coming out. Do your best not to get riled up like me, and I'm going to go breathe a little bit. It's tough to take, but that's why at least I'll wake up each morning, and even the days I don't feel like it, share this, because I like to think it makes a difference. And anyway, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. It might, chipper as this one was, you're going to want to see my tribute to Justin Trudeau, the man who has now created the Trudeau put for silver investors. So anyway, that's what's going on. Inflation a little bit more than expected. Fed was off it, but subscribe button, notification bell, and I will see you later.